Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the JH Show. It's been a minute. It's been a few weeks. Well, I guess it's been a week because we did one last week, but I haven't posted it yet because I've been busy as fuck.
Dude, didn't your car like shit the bed a minute ago?
Yeah, so there's been a lot that's happened. My life just fucking turned into a mess. So
Hey, cheers, dude.
cheers to
drinking,
that.
whatever.
Yeah, I could actually smoke actually. There we go. But so
Blow my nose off camera.
yeah, go for it. That's shit nasty. All right, so this is it's just been an absolute mess, an absolute nightmare for me. The first thing is my apartment lease ends at the end of this month, and I still haven't found an apartment. So,
Damn,
cause
that's got to be stressful.
yeah, well, I'm gonna have to move all
I thought
this
y'all had a
shit.
place. What happened to the one y'all were moving into?
We didn't get accepted, so because of
Damn.
my background. Yeah, background check kind of fucked us. But yeah, because I did some time, and people don't like that. It's just stupid, you know. That was years ago, but it still holds me back.
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I'm dealing with that. So what I'm gonna have to do is throw all this shit in storage, and then just go from there. I'm
sorry to hear that,
yeah,
man.
it's just been a
The
mess.
financial and like livelihood stress that I would be under. You look like you're taking it well. I would be like, no podcast. I can't even get my thoughts together. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know. I handle stress pretty well. I try to anyway. This
you
is
do.
the most stressed out I've ever been in my life, 100%. And then, so
Damn.
not only did I haven't found an apartment yet. I have the money. Like, I can move in. I could pay whatever. Like,
Right.
it's
But
not
it's
about
more
the
than
money.
just money, though.
Yeah, it's about, their background checks and all that. They just kind of fuck you over there. But oh, and then the credit checks. I have terrible credit because I missed a couple payments, and it just dove. And so it's like, thank you for fucking me over there. But jeez, I gotta turn notifications off on Discord. Give me a second. But yeah, it's just been one thing after another. How do I turn my do not disturb? There we go. So I've been dealing with that. And then, like Jaden said, I I was driving home from work a couple days ago, and my car, the battery light came on, and I was like, that's weird. Like, the battery's not terrible. It's a couple of years old maybe, but I'm like, that's really weird. Well, and then I'm driving home, and the car just starts sputtering. I'm like, oh shit! Like, I'm on the freeway. I'm like, what's going on?
How fast were you going?
60. The car wouldn't get up to like it would hit 70. It wouldn't even shift. Like, it wasn't letting me shift or anything. So it was just like, what is going on?
Jesus.
So I pull off. I get off the freeway and pull next to a park in the shade. I was able to get there, thank God. But and I thought the battery was just dead, or something. So I had my roommate come, and we tried jumping it. Jump starting it worked, and I was driving down the road, and then it did it again. I'm like, what is going on? And so it dies right next to an auto parts store, thank God. So we were able to get my car to the auto parts store, and then I opened the hood, and we're looking at it, trying to figure out what's going on, whether, the alternator, we weren't sure. And I looked down in the engine bay, and the belt to the alternator was non-existent. It was not there.
Did it snap or come
Yeah,
off?
it snapped. It was old. So
How long has it been since you changed your timing belt?
I don't think it's been changed since the car was made.
There you
so
go.
yeah.
I think they say every 150,000 or 100,000 or so, depending on the car. Because
So-
I know that the alternator belt's like a belt they also replace, unless that's the serpentine belt I'm thinking of. But
It's
anyway,
the
they do two of
serpentine
them.
belt. Yeah. Yeah, it's the serpentine belt, which connects to your alternator and your coolant. So
Yeah, and they usually replace both of those belts if you get it taken in for
yeah,
the.
this one runs
timing
through
belt.
both. So it's all because there is the timing
Also,
belt,
side note,
but
I just noticed you have an aquarium.
I do.
Never
Yeah,
knew
there's
that
some
before.
fish back there. Yep, my fishies.
Sorry.
But
Yeah. So in addition to the alternator, was that all that happened?
Yeah, it was just the serpentine belt that connects the alternator and the coolant. But so I figured that out. We bought the belt, and I was like, okay, we just have to get the car home, and I have everything in my car to tow my car if I ever needed it. Thank God.
Right.
So we chained it up, and my roommate Traven towed me home to here, and then I was looking into what it would take to get that replaced, whether I do it at a shop or myself. I started getting into it, pulling things out and stuff, looking into it, and I'm like, oh, this is a lot. This is a little more work than I thought it was going to be. So I did, I was like, how do I
how hot was it? I bet it was fucking blistering
Oh,
hot too.
It's
After
been
you coming home from work too, right?
Yeah,
So
everything
was just one after another.
and I've been working tens all week out in the blistering sun, so it was just one thing after another. So the I look up how to pull it apart and get access to it, and I'm like, oh, I have to pull the tire off and then pull the wheel well out. just to get access to it, because the engine is sideways in those smaller cars. They put them in sideways. So
it's a 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Probably?
Yep. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh great, this is gonna
Of course
suck.
I have to pull off the
Yeah.
wheel. Of course
So,
I have to do that.
I called
Jesus,
I
Gear.
called my dad, and I was like, what should I do here? Should I take it to a shop or should I do it myself? Because I know how to do it, but I just did not want to get into
Is
that
it
much
worth
work.
the trouble?
Right.
Yeah.
And what if I mess something up, But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
anyway, my dad's like, no, you don't want to spend. It'll be like $600 for you to actually
Easily.
Yeah.
And it took you how long to do it?
3 hours. It took about 3 hours
Yeah,
for
and
me to
it's
pull
about
everything
70
apart.
to $100 an hour. So that'd have been every
Yeah.
bit of like $300 or $400 without the part.
Yeah. So I I was like, my dad's like, just do it yourself. Just, try your best, get it done. I was like, all right. So I got into it, lifted the car up, got the tire off, pulled the wheel well out, and then I was able to have access and get everything in. But it was like, all this happened, and it's like 10 o'clock by the time I've got everything I needed to get into it. And so it was about midnight by the time I got the car actually running again, got the belt back on, put everything back, because I had to pull out the radiator, the overflow tank first for the coolant. Pull that out. Then there's a little mount that goes to just above the pulleys and all that, so I had to pull that out. And then you got all these hoses and shit and electrical, and then so I pull all that out of the way. I get the belt on, and then I was like, well, I need coolant, and I'm like, it's almost at this time it's like 11:40 something, and I'm like, I don't know where to. We went to a gas station hoping they had coolant. They don't have coolant. They have oil. So I'm like, well, shit, what's open? So I looked, and there was an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Thank God it was open, because we went. It was like, we had 15 minutes till they closed. They closed at midnight.
Oh
so
my God, I'd have been calling them, hey, I'm on my way.
So we get the coolant, drive back to the house, and then I get everything running again. And then
Oh God, there's always an and then.
Yeah. I'm driving, because I wanted to get the car, because you have to, once you get the coolant, you got to get all the air out of the system.
You got to run it for a minute, yeah.
So I'm just driving around, and the car starts sputtering again. I'm like, what is going on? Like, the belt's
I'd have been
working
fucking
fine.
mad. I'd have been cursing, punching my steering wheel, like, fuck!
Oh, yeah, because it was dying in the road, and I'm, like, trying to turn, and the car's, like, sputtering.
Right.
There's people behind me. I'm like, fucking God, why me, And so I get back to the apartment. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, oh, I bet I know what it is. This heat that we have, it's so hot that, the engine's running hot. I'm like, I'll bet it's the oil. I'll guarantee it's the oil. So I checked the oil, and it was really low, like super low. And I'm like, that's what it is. So I like creep down the street to the gas station, buy some oil, and got that fixed. So the car's running good now, but good God, it's just one thing after another.
And as much trouble as that all was, think of how much more trouble you would have been in if you didn't know how to fix it on your own. Like,
Exactly.
you might have been without a car for like a week or 2 weeks, depending on where you get it.
Yeah.
Where you left it at. and that's going to be more expensive. So I mean, that's
Hmm.
props to you for knowing a trade that is arguably like
Yeah.
less and less common nowadays.
Well, and I attribute that to my dad because he taught me the basics of, doing an engine.
Yeah,
And then
same.
my first car was a 1975 Chevy Nova. I loved that thing. I did so much work to it. I replaced the drive shaft, the transmission, the steering column, all the electronic stuff in the panels, and
Holy shit,
the nice thing about those old cars is they're so easy to work on. It's
they're user
literally
friendly.
user friendly, plug and play shit. But
Yeah, they don't let you do that nowadays. Like with these new cars, they intentionally make it so complicated, or use tools that no one has,
right,
so that you'll have to take
yes,
it into a dealership and
yep.
pay out the ass to have it fixed.
Which is my roommate's situation. Nathan, he has a Mini Cooper, and
Oh God, yeah.
the tools for that like non-existent. So he has to get that done at the dealership, which is so expensive. But thank God I have a Chevy. I have an American car, Chevy all day, baby.
Yeah.
I say American.
So what about
but
this? What about this $1 billion pot of money waiting to be won? You been hearing about that? The Mega Millions?
Oh yeah.
It was like
Oh
800
yeah.
million. And
The
no one got it.
yeah the Powerball. Yeah, that's insane. I might actually buy a ticket.
I thought it was the
We'll see.
Mega Millions.
I don't know. The Powerball's up to like 800 million now. It's ridiculous. But I actually thought about
Just to make
getting.
sure.
I actually thought about
Yeah,
getting
it's
one.
Mega Millions.
Okay.
I actually just got back from the gas station. Me and my brothers all bought one ticket for the
Yeah.
shits and giggles. We're not gonna win. It's a 1 in 303 million chance. But
Right.
I'd be kicking myself if I didn't at
Yeah, why
least try
not?
for $1 billion fucking dollars.
Might as well.
I mean, it's a $10 ticket. I'm not out a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who went and bought like.
They're
hundreds of
$10
dollars
there.
or whatever.
Jeez, they're only
Well,
three.
no. There's a $2, $3, $4
Right,
one. But
right.
we got the $10 one.
Oh,
just
okay.
because.
Several. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
in other news, got a new phone. Got the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. Amazing. This thing is crazy.
22.
It's a brand new, baby. Brand new. This
Remember
thing,
when they were like the Galaxy S3, S4?
Yeah. Yep. It's just crazy. This does so much now. The camera quality is insane. I mean, just everything I have is Samsung. So my earbuds, they're Samsung. My phone is Samsung. My watch is charging over there is Samsung. I just like Samsung because of the customization options. You can do so
Yeah.
much with it. But yeah, so yeah, it's just life's been fucking rough for the past little while. And then
Yeah.
on top of that, so we're gonna tie into VRChat because there's some major VRChat news,
Yeah.
folks. We're
Yep.
gonna talk about it. But so I was I'm part of a major festival. I'm talking. This is probably the biggest event in VRChat. Well, I shouldn't say in VRChat. One of the coolest events for VRChat history, I would say, because it's a live tour across the U.S. So people are going to be playing in like bars and stuff, our streams each week. Each night is a different club, and there are 18 different clubs involved, and there's 18 different days, or no, 18 divided by 2. I can't do math.
That's 9.
9 days of just DJs and different clubs, and there's 2 clubs per night. It's nuts.
So if I understand this correctly, you're saying bars across the U.S. have agreed to play VR. Really? That
This
is
is,
so fucking cool.
So it's a lot of cooperation because it's a virtual tour of the U.S. I'll pull up the info actually right now and post it in the
That's awesome.
post it in the channel announcements so we have that. But yeah, this is a huge deal for not only DJs but VRChat. Yeah, so there it is. So this is Alcoholic Unanimous. They're night 2.
Wait, it
These
already
are the
started?
time slots. Yeah, it started tonight, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But tonight is night 1. I would love to hop in VRChat, but I'm just after. So we have this
know.
virtual tour going on, And it's just the shittiest timing because I don't have an apartment. I don't have Wi-Fi at the time because this is August 6th is when Alcoholics Unanimous slot is. And so I wasn't even supposed to DJ, but one of the DJs wasn't cooperating with the security and the like getting set up as far as coordination for times. He's like, this isn't going to work for me. And there's, so the one moderator, Scoot, I love this dude. He was like, hey, we have an open slot. It's the opener, but I wanted to give it to you. You're like the first person that came to mind. So I was like, thank you. It's a 2-hour slot. So I've got to actually...
That's a big slot.
Actually, after this podcast, I'm going to be recording the set. So what I'm going to do is record the set, post it to my YouTube channel, and then they'll just play it, stream it. So,
that's smart. That's smart.
Just because I want, I really want to be a part of this. It's huge. This is crazy.
Hell yeah.
And
make sure you got your name in your video somewhere. People can see it.
You've seen my streams. Giant Gearbolt Gaming on the
back. I forget. I'm used to the one where it's just like a music visualizer in the background or whatever.
But so yeah, it's gonna be really neat to be a part of. Because I don't think anything like this has been done before in VRChat.
I don't think
where
it has.
They tour with the DJs across the U.S. in different clubs and bars and stuff. That's I don't know. It's nuts. But
that is fucking nuts.
Now that it's actually been announced and everything, I can talk about it. But this has been in the works for months, and I heard about it back in July, or not July. April, yeah. We were talking about it in April, and around the time of my sister's birthday. That's how I remembered. We were talking about it in April, and it was kind of hush-hush among DJs. We were like, only certain clubs knew about it, and I heard rumors about it, but I wasn't going to say anything because those, you want to be on the inside when it comes to these things. So, you don't want people to get too much hype and like freak out, and then they'll be like, oh, well, it got leaked. Now we're not going to do it. But this has been in the works for a few months, and it's awesome. So I got the opportunity, and it's gonna be lit. I can't wait.
Dude, you get these amazing opportunities, and I'm so happy for you, man.
Yeah, I get lucky when it comes to certain things, and then it's unlucky when it comes to like life things, But it's all right. This is the thing. No matter how hard life gets, you gotta have a plan and keep your head up, because I'm in a shit situation right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's terrible. Like this is the most stressed out I've ever been, but it's okay. You know why? Because I got a plan. I got a backup plan. We'll be all right. That's for me, no matter how hard life gets, tomorrow's a better day. That's just been my like motivator every single day. Because
that's awesome.
If you don't have that, especially with the mental state of the world right now, especially in the U.S. I've been through depression. I've been there to the low points, and that's really what keeps me going. Is like, I love my music. I love what I do. I release albums. It's so fun. It's what I do. But I want to make an impact, but I can't if I'm not happy, and I have to stay happy. Well, how do you stay happy? It's tough. It's really fucking
fucking tough. No doubt.
But I just, no matter how fucking crazy things get, tomorrow's a better day. That's this, I just have to. That's a really
good mindset to have, and I commend you for being able to have it in the most stressed out you've ever been.
Yeah.
I would be spiraling.
It's just tough. I called my mom today, and I was like, yeah, well, here we are. Like, it's a little late to find a place right now, but we'll make it work. So
can you like pay month by month at the place you've been at?
So this is what's really shitty. They've already got tenants lined up to move in the day after we move out. So that's a little rough, but it's all right. We'll be fine.
On the VRChat news,
let's get into that. Let's get into this.
HBO, they got some on HBO Max.
Yeah,
like a VRChat thing. I'd really like to watch that at some point.
I could get it for us actually, because I have HBO thanks to Verizon. You guys hooked me up, motherfuckers. Bought me a new phone. Yeah, this is the thing, right?
This man needs to be sponsored, dude.
you know,
Verizon needs to sponsor
they
this,
they
man.
bought my phone, right? So, because not only all I had to do was pay for the tax, which was like $36 for this, because it was trade in and upgrade, and it was like it's awesome, perfect,
That's
So,
not bad.
but just the timing of everything has been tough. But with VR chat, so here's the thing: for those of you that don't know, VR chat has been a place where people can create and build and just enjoy communities together since 2016. 2016 was a crazy, just because I've been playing it since then, and I think you have too, Jaden. But
Since like January of 2018 or something.
okay, all right. So still, you've seen it evolve. We're in 2022 now. I can't believe that, dude. Like how long
It
have
has
I
changed
known
so much.
so many people from VR chat? It's just insane. Time's flying. But
Yeah.
so 2016, it was crazy, just revolutionary. You could meet people all across the world in VR. And immediately I got a VR headset. And immediately, so I started playing VR chat. And I was like, well, I don't have a headset, but I want to get one. 3 days later, I bought the headset I have. It was like,
Nice.
so I loved it. VR chat was, it's a safe space for a lot of people to just, have a community, because,
Hell yeah.
it's community is the most important thing, not only in, gaming, but life, life
Like
in general.
socially, yeah. We're social creatures. We are.
So, that's huge. And for a lot of people, the creators and stuff, they were able to customize their avies and the mods and everything they use for VR chat up until this update. So I want to hear your thoughts. What
So
like,
my thoughts, unlike the alternatives that are far less popular, like Chill Out VR and Neos VR, whose developers actively welcome and listen to the feedback their community gives, VR chat kind of like writes it off and is kind of like meh about it. And as a result, they have forced people to mod the game so that it's literally playable. Some people require mods to play the game. And I don't just mean like in addition to the FPS fixes, I'm talking people with like epilepsy who there are some shaders they cannot control, just come into their realm of vision, and then suddenly, they're subjected to this. There's mods for that. There's mods for mute people who can like do text to bubbles or whatever. They can like somehow, I don't know, but it allows them to
text to
communicate
type, all of that.
in ways they wouldn't be able to. Yeah. Like, and those are just two of many, like,
well, even to the basic
mods.
shit. Some mods have, you can trace letters. You can actually pull out a pen. I mean, there's so many things. So for those of you that don't really know what we're talking about, VRChat just had an update where they're just shutting down mods completely for the most part.
They're adding easy anti-cheat, which
disables mods. People are pissed. I mean, the VRChat community, if you go to the Twitter page, it's a nightmare. If you go to it's just an outrage. 76%. This is a poll done on Twitter. 76% of people that play VRChat are furious about this.
Yeah. And it's not just shutting down mods, including mods that are anti-crash mods, which protect players from crashers. Easy anti-cheat is the same anti-cheat that Fortnite and Dead by Daylight and a bunch of other popular games use, and yet there are still cheaters, there are still hackers. And in VRChat, now it's like you can't be protected from that.
Yep.
And it's like they can enter your private instance. Yep. They can rip your avatars that you paid money to get. They can rip it right off without anybody even knowing. Like, and those are just two of the things. They can get your IP. They can do all kinds of really horrible shit. And it's like now instead of having a defense against that, VRChat's just like, oh, easy anti-fix will fix that. No, it won't.
No,
so like if you're playing, you are actively subjecting yourself to having your information stolen, having your valuables stolen. Like say you paid $600 and don't even get into the pricing on this, but people can spend a whole month's worth of work creating an avatar from scratch for you that you paid $600 for. Yeah. Someone can walk up to you and just boom, that's mine.
It's gone.
Like that's fucked.
And that is so. As somebody who is a creator of VRChat, I've built worlds, I've built avies, I've customized. I get it. So a lot of people just don't, a lot of people want to boycott VR. I mean,
I
it's
have been.
madness. People are like, all right, well, I'm going to chill out VR then. I've played chill out VR, very similar. It's still in the early stages because it's not as developed
They
as
have
VR
9
chat.
average users,
Yeah.
though. So they're not
Yeah,
ready for the
no.
thousands of people
Yeah,
coming
it's about to blow up. So, and I've played it, but it's like I said, it's very similar in concept right now. But that's the thing, it's concept. There's minimum worlds. It's like, a
Yeah.
similar layout to VR chat in the early days, but they're not, like you said, they're not ready. Because if everyone switches over, we're talking millions of people. I mean, it's just it's gonna be nuts. So I don't know what else. What else do you think about this?
I did see, and I don't know. I think it released today or yesterday, maybe. But they did send out a blog post, VRChat website. You can go look at it right now. It's on there. It's directly from them. That conveniently, after 76% of their population left, that includes a lot of the most popular mods, like the self mirror, like the haptics touch, like a bunch of very common, very desired mods that we've been begging for them to implement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have you know, this happened once already. It
Oh,
happened
yeah.
once already that they implemented. When that first safety thing happened, where
Yep.
there was like a
God,
refound safety
yeah.
menu.
Oh, it was weird.
That was because of modders begging them, and like they were like, okay, if you're not gonna add this, we're gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, fine, we'll do this now. Instead of just proactively being like, what sort of improvements can we make? Like our community is actively trying to give us good improvement feedback. And
Yep.
instead of being that way, they're like, nah, they're modders. We need to criminalize them for trying to change our game because they don't think we develop it good enough. Fuck them. That's like a really childish mindset to have.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't understand why anybody would be that way. But anyway, that's how it is. And so now that we've done it a second time, they're like, okay, maybe we'll give the self mirror that you can calibrate, that mirror, that you can move the UI even if you're laying down. I like to lay down in VR a lot. So I always have to lean up to look at my mirror or my fucking UI window to go to a different world, see who's on. I have to lean up and look down at an angle. But now you can move it however you want it.
Yep.
It's like all this shit only happened because they almost went bankrupt. And that's what pisses me off and why I'm still salty about it. Even though they've restructured their entire roadmap, like from what they thought was important, which they were clearly way out in left
God.
field, had no idea what
Yeah.
they were talking about. Now that they know, they're like, okay. We're going to keep easy anti-cheat, but we're going to listen to y'all. And so it's really gray area. You're still unsafe if you're playing on PC. I don't even speak for Quest users because this update really didn't affect them at all.
Yeah.
But
So, and
Yeah, I don't know.
it doesn't affect me aside from some worlds. This is what really just pissed me off about the whole thing. Some worlds have modifications and things installed in their worlds that are customizable that have been shut down as well. That
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's absurd. So that could be dangerous for VR chat as well.
1 second.
You're good.
I'm still listening.
He's blowing his nose. This boy. But that's a very dangerous thing because it shuts down your modifications for your worlds and all that. That's frustrating for a lot of
No doubt.
creators. So
Yeah, content creators definitely got fucked by the update as well. Like streamers too,
Oh,
because they
yeah.
no longer have that certain camera they use or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just content creators like you were saying, and it hasn't really affected me because I'm a vanilla user. I have no mods on my VR chat, so I could still play it. However, it affects a bunch of other shit, like.
Yeah. Enough that 76% left the game.
Well, I don't know if they left, but
Well, they canceled just
they're-
like me. There was a big cancel your VRC subscription. I did it day one because okay. There are
I
people
never
with
bought
like
the VRC
16,000
subscription either.
hours. There are people with far more hours than me. I only have like 2,300, but in those 2,300 hours hold some of the most sacred memories I've ever made in a video game.
Yep.
VRChat will always be one of the best video games I've ever played because it gave me the opportunity to meet some of the
You're
most
here.
special people I've ever met in my life. I
You're
never
here.
would have met those people. I never would have had that self-development from learning from other people, meeting people, learning about myself through other people all of those invaluable memories and experiences I would have never had if it wasn't for VR chat. And I have been a loyal fucking user of that game for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And for them
I've
to
been
treat their
playing
player
since
base
day
like
one.
this, it was incredibly hard for me to
Yeah.
stop. I've been wanting to play VR chat the past week, and I haven't because I need to show them
Yeah.
how they've hurt me. You know, like
Yep.
I'm leaving your game if you're not going to treat me right. It's like a relationship. It's like a toxic relationship. If you're not being treated right, you leave. Like, I mean, obviously that's more difficult in person. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, no,
so
I get it.
I'm incredibly salty.
I 100%. I mean, like you were saying, I've met people yourself. I've met you in VR.
Yeah, that's how we
You
fucking
know,
met.
that's how we met. You know, this wouldn't have happened had not VRChat been involved. It's nuts. I've met so many fucking people. I mean, so many people. How many of them are gonna disappear because of this? You know, that's
Yeah, and that goes for everybody. I was telling my buddy about it, and he's like, "So I've got to start all over now."
yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, it's a really shitty feeling."
It is. It's just weird. It's gonna change. It's either one of two things is gonna happen. Either they fix this, and they better do it fast, or it's downhill.
I think they're aware of that too. What was it like? So when they first issued, so I'm in the EMMVRC Discord. That's the mod for like EMM, obviously, that works in collaboration with Melon Loader, which is like all the wholesome mods. And that's the thing; it's only wholesome mods.
Right.
None of it is game breaking, like to the
Yeah.
point where it's going to ruin anyone's experience in a negative way. It's only wholesome. And anyway, they they sent out a big announcement. They're like, "Hey guys, it would really help show the message if you went and upvoted this blog post or like this feedback post." Anyway, when I upvoted it, it was at like 4.1K.
Yep.
And there were comments flooding in. Literally every time you refresh it, there was like 10 new comments of people saying, "VR chat, please don't do this. This is so stupid. We don't want this." And if you go check it now, I guarantee you it's over 20K because it was at 17K like yesterday.
I mean, the
like
Twitter.
that's
the
how
Twitter
many people
alone,
feel this way.
The Twitter alone
I haven't
has
seen the
been
Twitter.
an absolute madhouse of just people that are so upset. Even the like Steam reviews. Holy shit! The
Oh yeah,
Steam
like
reviews.
13K negative reviews recently. I saw that screenshot yesterday.
It's insane. People are pissed, and I get it 100%. But as a vanilla user, it's not going to affect me as much. But it's just I get the frustration because as a creator, like I've built worlds, like I was saying, that could just kill it. It could kill the game if they don't fix it. So, and I've played Chill Out VR. So if I have to, if they don't fix it, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they will, because I guarantee they'll probably fix it if most of their player base leaves. So
Well, they're trying to fix it, but they're still not getting it. Like it's definitely a step in the right direction. And I think once these changes have gone through, but still blocking a lot of mods, maybe they'll continue to, innovate. But
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
it's just
But
crazy.
I noticed that Alcoholics Unanimous sent out something today saying they were going to do both VR chat and Chill Out VR.
Yeah, so conversion is going to take a minute because like I said, it's early. The game isn't ready. So, that if they don't fix things, they're going to definitely switch over there, and they might start doing it already. Until then, we're still running strong in VR chat. We're going to keep doing events as long as we can, as long as people are showing up. So, until things get, to the point where it's just frustrating for everybody, then we would switch over. But at the moment, as far as I've been told, we're staying with VR chat for foreseeable future till they fix this. But it's just frustrating. It's so dumb. I mean, they immediately overnight probably lost half their player base, a majority of their player base. Just
And more importantly, the ones who have thousands of hours on
Yes.
that game, the ones who know life the shit out of it, not the people who occasionally stop by or the ones who try it out for the lulz or whatever. The people who have like spent many hours in that game.
myself included, 3,000 something hours now. I've been playing since 2016, and then they do this shit, and it's nuts.
It just goes to show. And one of the biggest like contrasts that I've heard about Chill Out VR is their developers are like super welcoming and like responsive
Yep,
to the feedback they get. Like
100%.
they're working with the
welcoming it.
community how it should be.
They're welcoming it, and hopefully You know, they welcome the mods. They want this. They want what
Yeah, they don't
VRChat
have to be
has.
mods. They could just
Right.
be part of the game. It's not
Yes.
like we're just trying to do sneaky shit
Exactly.
on the side. We're making the game playable and fun.
Yeah.
And
So
not just for one or two people, but for thousands.
I think Chill Out is gonna get a major boost in. Chill Out has always tried to be what VRChat is, and it
Yeah,
hasn't quite been there because the player base has all been in VRChat. Now it's a
right.
different story. So now they're just welcoming it. They're like, "Let come on in, let's go.
This is our
This
chance.
is our chance for all kinds of communities to blow up, and then it would be the next." And here's the other thing. So if VRChat doesn't fix this, Chill Out VR could be made 18 plus, and that is what I have wanted to see
That's huge.
since
That's
I
huge.
started
It
the game.
should be 18 plus in VR chat.
Yes,
It should be.
it should be 100%. And I think that if Chill Out blows up, you know, and everybody's playing it instead of VR chat, I hope they will switch that over, because it would make it so that kids, or even you know, a paywall, something simple, it would make it so kids could never play the game.
That's
That
how it should be.
that is how it should be. Now, I'm not saying kids can't play games like that, because well, with the communities, right? I think the majority of communities in VRChat are the ones that are upset about this, so that they would be
Yeah.
transferring over. So they could still play VRChat, you know, the kids or whatever. That's like the kid-friendly version. This would be the adult version. That's what I'm hoping Chill Out becomes. But we'll see.
Chill Out VR already has like an $8 DLC or something. I don't know if it's $8 for that or $8 for something else. But anyway, they already have an 18 plus DLC. I don't know what that comes with. I don't know if it's just worlds that you can go to. I don't know if it's avatars. I don't know what it is, but they have an emphasis on mature content, which is good. It's already
Yeah.
a step in the right direction, because imagine being like buying your 5-year-old, your 8-year-old, 12-year-old a Quest because it's cheap and they wanted to play VR, and they
Yep.
stumble upon a free VR game. They need no
Yep.
authentication. Just boom, let's play it. And then all you see is like hot anime girls with their titties out and their fucking asses out, and it's
Oh,
like,
you can get into a
what
strip
is that
club.
going to
I
do
mean,
to
you'll
them
be kicked out, but like,
psychologically?
how many mutes are there? You know, you can't tell how old people are.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
like,
not ready to hear those adult conversations.
Yeah.
They're not ready to be exposed to that. They're going to be
Exactly.
they're going to be aged like decades beyond their age.
This is. Oh, I'm glad you brought this up, because I've noticed this with girls specifically. It is proven. I mean, this has been proven. They're maturing faster. They are 100%. Girls are maturing faster than they ever have, and a lot of that has to do with social media and just the connection we all have. It's crazy. So
I'd say that goes for guys too.
Guys,
because
too.
I can attest to that in my life.
it's just the people are maturing quicker. The kids of today's generation, they're smart as fuck. I'm not kidding. They, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I had no idea. A lot of these kids nowadays, you know, we got a kid working on our crew who's just turned 17. He's really, you know, and so talking to him is like, you know, there's an age gap there, and you don't really notice it till you talk to somebody that's younger than you. But you know, that age gap is it's so wild to see. But at the same time, like I was saying, that it seems like they're maturing a lot faster because of the technology we've got, the knowledge,
No doubt.
the knowledge that has been spread through the world because of the technology we have. Kids are definitely getting like they're maturing a lot faster. It's nuts.
I mean, look at TikTok, okay? Free to sign up, whatever. All you got to do is interact with a certain type of content to get more of it. I scroll through TikTok for, let's say, even 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I have seen and learned things about 20 different topics of life. Like, one video is about a homeless person. One video is about, like, our rights being taken away. One video
Yep.
is about sexuality. It's like everything you swipe through, you're learning things that would have taken my parents their entire lives to figure it out, and they still haven't.
And it's in short segments. I mean, it's
It's
people-
easily digestible.
Exactly. And so, I mean, even my video, like I just explained how to take it apart and put it back to,
Right.
right?
Someone could watch
Somebody
that and
could
be
watch
like,
that and be like,
well, now I
oh,
know how
now
to
I
do
know how
it.
to do that, right? So, oh, and it actually, the video actually kind of blew up. People were liking it, so I was like, hey, let's go. But
Yeah, but
just
VRChat, it should not be used for that reason.
yeah,
It should be an 18 plus game.
100%, because you have adults in there. There's clubs. People are drinking
A
heavily.
lot of drinking.
There's so much drinking. The
So much
drugs. I mean,
NSFW.
drugs,
Drugs.
NSFW. It's very adult, and because of the majority of people that play it are part of clubs, and it's become a place for communities to build it. And that generation of community just happens to be adults that have nothing better to do than party and get fucked up. So it's like
I mean,
what?
the world we live in kind of creates that, though. I mean, when you work
Yeah,
for a living, it's like all you want to do is be irresponsible. All you want to do is do everything that you feel like doing, like act on impulse, something that makes you feel alive, because it's like your life has
yeah,
already been stolen from you
yep.
in a way.
It's I don't know. It's VR chat. I guess we could talk about the history of it because I've been playing since the beginning of it. It was so weird to have a game, like when you're in Desky back in the day. It's like this is this is a random stranger in like a deer model, and a lot of models were just solid models that floated around the room at that time. So it was like, I'm talking to some dude from Egypt, like, all
Right.
right. So that was what intrigued a lot of people, is like, and then the memes came in. You had a Ugandan Knuckles, which blew that game up. I mean, Ugandan
I
Knuckles,
honestly attribute Uganda Knuckles to the success of VRChat.
yes, as shitty as that meme was, it died quickly, but the
That's
influx
what
of
got me to
players
join.
it brought in was crazy. So, Uganda Knuckles, thanks for blowing up VRChat. Before then, I mean, back in 2016, I'd get online and I'd join a world, and people were building worlds, and it was very popular for world building, but there weren't very many people online. It was a really weird time. It's kind of like where chill out VR is right now, because well, I don't know. I should probably jump on and see, honestly, where it's at now, just based upon like joining a world and seeing how many people are in an instance, as a comparison. But back then it was so just kind of barren. You didn't really know anybody. There was a period where I didn't even play for a couple months because it was just nothing really entertaining to do.
Right.
Then you get back into it, and it's completely changed. There's a lot more people online. There's clubs and groups in VR chat. One of the first groups I was ever with, this is back in 2016. The VR chat drama. I mean, it's nuts, right? So one of the first groups I ever had, where I actually had like a home of friends. They built a small world. It was a little club, and God, I can't remember the name of it right now. But yeah, it was just this fun little group, and I got my name on the wall because I was a member. That was a huge thing. I don't know if you remember that.
Hell yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, we do it in the podcast server, but like, or the
Did you
world.
ever play one of the I don't remember the guy's name, but I have him added on Discord. He makes the scary mazes, like blah 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 is
Oh,
scary maze 1, 2,
100%.
3, 4.
Yeah, I
I
played
have
them
my
all.
picture on the wall in the first one because
Yeah.
I made it my life's goal to beat that fucking maze. And also thanks to VRChat, you mentioned like one of the earlier clubs. One of the earliest clubs I could ever remember going to, other than like Void, was Club Megahertz,
Oh
which
yeah.
showed me my favorite band of all time. There was a
Void.
music video that was playing the midnight. I was playing Jason by the Midnight, and I was in that world, and I swear time slowed down, and I was zoomed in on the screen, just fucking absorbing every note that was played. It's today my favorite band, and I've already
Hell
seen them in
yeah.
concert, but because of VRChat, that happened. They showed me
Yeah.
my favorite band, bro.
It's crazy. The amount of music that, as a DJ, so I got involved in DJing with it. I mean, this has only been in the last couple of years, but I loved, it was a 4th of July event, and I'd been playing VR for a while, and this is really kind of what got me started on getting connected with a lot of clubs. 4th of July, a couple years ago. They had this VR event, and it was in this like open park area. There was a Ferris wheel in the background, and like 8 different clubs were involved in this. And I was like, oh, this is really neat. And then I look up, and there's a live DJ playing, and I'm like, this is Twitch. This has got to be, I'm seeing the Twitch chat,
Yeah.
and I'm like, holy shit. Like, this guy's DJing live for this event. This is sick. This is fucking sick. Come on, man. Like, and I was like, I want to do that because I've been in music for 12 years now. So it's, I got my guitar tatted on my arm, and, it's become my life to create music, and I love it. This is what I do in my part-time. And so I was like, damn, this is perfect. VRChat now has opened a door for me to shine.
Yeah.
And so I just seized it. I was like, I bought all my mixers and everything, all the software. I pay a subscription every month just to be able to use everything. It's changed my life completely. I love doing sets and just bringing an audience to a fun level where everyone's just having a good fucking time.
Right.
That's why I do it. It's just everybody's vibing, no matter what, And the other thing is, and someone told me this from AU, Alcoholics Unanimous. Someone told me the reason they loved me so much was because I'm one of the few DJs in VR that has like a full camera and visualizers, and then they were like, "In your facial expressions, dude, you get into that shit."
You do.
They were
Definitely
were like, "Bro, you're biting your lip and fucking headbanging." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! I love the music. I love the music. I could just all day." I'm gonna be recording a 2-hour set on my YouTube channel. It'll be on my YouTube channel after I'm done, but. Yeah, after this podcast, and it's like, I love it. I love it. Love what I do. And I think that energy is what kind of helped me get to where I am right now, playing this festival tomorrow. And that's the other thing that I've noticed is you can be yourself, you can be yourself in VRChat. That's what I love about it. But it's got a twist. You can be yourself, and everyone knows who you are, and sometimes you're in the Discords and you see their faces, actual faces, but you can be whoever you want if you have the mods and if you have the fucking avatars that you want to create and build for yourself.
It's whatever you want it to be.
To make you be who you want in VRChat. You can mold it until now. And this is why I'm so fucking infuriated.
Until now.
So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. VRChat's been a wild ride so far, though.
There's nothing else like it. I've never played a single game like VRChat. And I know there's like other VR social games or whatever, but none of them have been like exactly like it. It's one of a kind.
It's pretty nuts.
It's provided a lot of people with an environment to be themselves and to try out being their most authentic self.
Exactly.
Because, say they live in a very more conservative or like religious area, and now they're like, oh shit, there's people who think and feel like I do, and I get to be around them without judgment. And it's just great. I've seen so many people adjust to the welcoming, friendly environment of VRChat, and like I've seen them blossom so many times.
100%.
It's a beautiful thing.
And everybody knew that, and I send invites to everybody on my friends list when I'm DJing. I try and get as many people involved in clubs as I can, because everyone on my friends list is 18 plus. I know that. So thank God, because it's that's a plus. But just getting to meet people and have people interact with the club scene and get involved in that. I remember my buddy Jake. He never drank. He never was involved in drugs. None of that shit. And
this is not painting VRChat in a good light, Gear.
I know, but he was just a straight edge dude, and he was closed in. He didn't really talk to people. Then I got him involved in the club life and being around people his age and being around topics that were interesting to him and good music and things like that. And then just hanging out. We'd go to Worlds. I remember we climbed to the top, but there was a map, and it was ridiculous. You just literally would sit there and climb for hours. till you got to the top.
I've been to one of the climbing
And
maps.
it was so much fun. We just sit there and bullshit for hours climbing up this fucking mountain.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But just getting him involved in stuff like that, I watched him go from this kind of closed in, like I don't really talk to many people. What up?
Yeah.
I'm just vibing. To he's still to this day one of the biggest partiers I've ever met. He's awesome, But
And that's not to say that VR chat turns you into a
no.
alcoholic or like a drug
I'm
addict.
saying it opens you up. You get to be who you want to be. That's
Right. That's who he chose to be.
And not to be afraid of, social interaction, because it's just we as human beings love to have that communication and connection with other people. It's
No doubt.
that's something from the earliest days of mankind. It's just bred into us. Being part of a community is huge. So
Yeah.
it's just this VR chat is it's been a wild ride for a lot of people, and
let's
the
hope
stories.
they change their minds and not ruin the legacy that they've created for themselves.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. But the community really is strong. It's a very strong community because of a lot of the creators, and I'm hoping they fix it. We'll see because it's the creators and the people that come up with ideas for shit, like Lab, Lab. He's the owner for Party Zone, and he created that. He and I, we've come up with so many ideas to just put little twists and turns, and the club has become the dream club that I wanted to help build, and it's awesome. We went for kind of a John Wick club scene look where it's like dark and neon, and it's super cool. I'm now the manager of it, but it's like, what are we gonna do if they shut down a lot of the mods that we're trying to, like screen mods and things like that? It's just
Well, it's about
wild.
that time, isn't it?
It is. It is about that time. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see. If I have Wi-Fi, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and do the podcast every week, but we'll see. Because I am moving out. By this time next week, I'll be out of this apartment. So, we'll see. If I have a Wi-Fi, then we'll go from there. But,
Hey,
yeah.
good luck with all that gear.
Not a
Honestly,
problem.
good luck with all that.
It's gonna be.
I hope things start looking up for you.
We'll figure it out. We got to. You got to keep your head up. I just. And the other thing.
Right.
This is the worst part. I'm out of weed now too. So, I have like maybe 3 or 4 puffs in that left. But yeah. So we'll survive. We'll be all right. Make sure you guys check out the podcast on YouTube, the JH Show, and then we have the podcast obviously available everywhere. And it's been wild. This year has been insane. Yeah, Jaden, you are awesome. You got anything you want to plug?
No. I don't.
You don't want to plug your Twitch?
Plug it. I don't stream enough.
All right.
But
Yeah, Jaden, you've been
thanks for
great.
listening, though.
Yeah, this has been
thanks
great.
for having me.
We'll see you guys maybe next week. But stay awesome, stay safe, rock on. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
See you guys. Thanks for watching, listening.